Hello, fellow builders! The August 2025 LEGO Star Wars Wave was revealed this week, if I can get this up on Sunday, last week, if this goes up on Monday, and I wanted to talk about them, because I have thoughts. So, without further yapping, let's get yapping about the 327 Star Corps Clone Troopers Battle Pack. So, what do we get? We get 3 Super Battle Droids, we get 4 Star Corps Troopers, an AT-RT, and a really good Spider Droid. LEGO's been using the same Spider Droid since, 20 years ago, and they finally upgraded it, and it's the best Spider Droid LEGO's made. It's a really good Spider Droid. I'm a big fan of the Spider Droid. It's the best part of the set, honestly, excluding the figures, which is why most people will buy the set. The AT-RT, on the other hand, initially I didn't like it at all, but, I've had a few days to marinate here since I'm recording this way late, and I kind of like it now. It's not the best AT-RTs LEGO's ever made. It's obviously way too big, but it's a playset for primarily children, so it needs to be able to be played with without crumbling into bits, and I think it's pretty good at that. I'm not the biggest fan of the stud shooter here, but, well, if you're going to put stud shooter somewhere, it needs to be there. At least the Spider Droid doesn't have one. Spider Droid is really good. I really like the Spider Droid. You also get a little side turret here, but that's about it. I think there's one good build. AT-RT is fine. Then you get 3 Super Battle Droids. It's the same ones we got in the Battle Pack last year. And then we get 4 Star Corps Troopers, who have had a bit of controversy surrounding them. Number 1 being the color choice, which is plain, regular yellow. And some people have been saying that they should have used bright light orange instead, like the original 2005 one used. And I disagree. Hi, Editing How5 here with a quick interjection to say that maybe the people who wanted to be bright light orange are actually maybe correct. Here you can see 2 images of Star Corps units, which are both official. The one from the movie is clearly bright light orange-ish kind of color, and the other one is a darker yellow, which is what I was thinking of. So I can see why LEGO is also a bit confused about what color to use, since both are technically correct. I don't know. It's not that really big deal, but just, figured you should know before you all go down in the comments comment that I'm wrong. I am, but I'm also not. So, yeah. Back to the original recording. Now, LEGO doesn't actually have the perfect color for the Star Corps Troopers. It's like a darkish yellow, which LEGO used to have in Duplo 20 years ago, but they don't have it anymore. Now, there is an alternative color that they could have and technically should have used, but we'll talk about that when we get to Bly. But I think that yellow is the correct choice. So I don't have a problem with that. And in general, the minifig, I think, is good. There's been some silly complaints, like, there's yellow there, there's not supposed to be yellow there. Boo fucking who. I know it's a valid criticism, LEGO is an expensive toy, they should strive for as much accuracy as possible, but if a slight, literally a millimeter of yellow paint genuinely upsets you, I need you to go touch some grass. The new pauldron is also really good. Also, people are upset that there's not a pair of macro binoculars, and instead it's regular binoculars. LEGO's been using them interchangeably for 5 years. Macro binoculars aren't gone. They just used regular binoculars for some reason. The only gripe I really have with them is the same gripe I've had with every single clone trooper since they decided to update the style. And it's the commas, the waist capes. Bring them back in some form, either cloth piece, plastic piece, or at the very least, side leg printing. Other than that, I like the figures. I think they're good. And I'm buying the set with a caveat, but I'm probably buying this set. I don't think there's any more images. There's a better look at the AT-RT. There it is in real life. It looks good. Also, they seem to have finally fixed the helmet print again. It used to have that weird white gap between the helmet. And we've already gotten some reviews of the sets. I'm doing this very late because now people are already reviewing the sets. And I checked them out, and it seems that they've actually managed to make the print better on the helmet, which is good. Good job, LEGO. Good job. This is back to box, and that's all the picture for that. That's that. I like this set. I think the builds are very good, okay, and I think the figure selection is good. There's just one big problem with it, really, and we'll talk about that as a whole later. Next, we have the Force Burner Snowspeeder. We get a new Snowspeeder cockpit, finally. They discontinued the original piece, which they used from the very first one from, like, 99? No, 2000? Anyway, and in general, we finally, after, like, again, 20 years, have a new Snowspeeder design. And it's fine. LEGO's never been the best at Snowspeeders. This is probably the most accurate Snowspeeder design. I haven't watched Rebuild the Galaxy, so I don't have any interest in this set, so I'm going to be pretty brief on this one. But for what it is, it looks good. The only thing that really excites me personally about this set is the new cockpit piece, which hopefully bodes a new regular Snowspeeder with a new design. Up here, the nose, again, LEGO's never been great at the nose, and here it seems that the nose is going up instead of, like, up from the wings instead of down, which it kind of should be. LEGO just not be the best. And there's a giant slope here. But all of that, at least the slope and the height of the Snowspeeder, is to accommodate the fact that the speeder can be fit underneath, which is great. That's great for play. This is a toy, after all. I think that's fantastic. It's a really good play feature. I like that a lot. The figures are good. We get an orange lightsaber for the first time. They're Rebuild the Galaxy figures. They look good. I have no interest in them. But for what they are, they look pretty good. That's really it. I don't really have much to say about this because I don't personally care about it. I think it's good for what it is. The speeder is a bit bulky. Stap. Oh, yeah, the stap. This is the best stap LEGO's made. I like that stap build a lot. I know people are very fond of the megaphone pieces for the thrusters. This looks better. This is the best stap LEGO's made in recent years, at least. Good stuff. Anyway, moving on to a set that I actually care about. V19 Torrent Starfighter. Some people have complained or criticized the set for being blocky. But I don't know. I kind of like it. Is it as good as the 2008 design? Let's open the picture. Kinda. Like, the 2008 design is one of the best play sets ever. Like, nothing is ever going to change that. That set as a play set is excellent because that main feature works so well. This doesn't have that feature. However, because it doesn't have that feature, this one actually looks really good. Not that the old one looked bad, it didn't, but it looks like something made in the late 2000s, I guess. It looks like an older LEGO set. This looks like a modern LEGO set. I like this, even in landed form. Obviously, it looks better in flight form, but I don't know. I like this one. I just like this design. Is it perfect? No. Is it a little small? Yeah, it is. But I don't really care that it's small. Besides, again, one reason. But, like, just inherently it being smaller, doesn't bother me. The old one is obviously a better playset because it actually had the wings fold all at the same time. It's such a good play feature. This one, obviously, they're all separate, which is unfortunate, but kind of understandable. The figures are also really good. We get probably the best Obi-Wan figure ever with, like, arm printing and everything. It's early Clone Wars Obi-Wan. Fantastic. We finally get a Phase 1 Clone Pilot with an actual Phase 1 Clone Pilot helmet. Only took him, 20 years to do that? It's finally here. Looks good. Figure's good. And Ventress also looks good. Doesn't have her skirt, but she doesn't wear it all the time. It's fine. She doesn't need it. She's the weakest figure, but she's still good. Also, return of the slightly curved hilts. I don't know why they didn't bring those back for Ahsoka, but at least they brought them back for Ventress. That's really all I gotta say about this one. Some people have been hating on it. I think it looks good. I like this one. Yeah, it's good. I really don't have any problems with it. Let's move on to the next one, which I will not be buying. Jango's Starship, or Jango's Slave 1, the play scale version. Now, you don't know this, but I bought the UCS one when that came out. So I'm obviously not buying this one. But for what it is, it's good. And it's commendable of LEGO to basically immediately after they released the UCS one to release the Playscale version. They could have easily waited, a few years until the UCS one is basically out the door to release this so that, they'd be staggered. But no, there's immediately a cheaper alternative for people who want a Jango Slave 1 but don't want to pay $300 for it. So, that's cool. It's basically the same set as the Boba's one from 2021. 21? I think it came out 21. You get the little speeder, which can also be used as a stand. It's about the same size. You get a couple decent figures. Boba, people have their thoughts on that. It's a fine minifig. Hairpiece is a bit weird. You get the same Jango with the exception of the arm print, which investors will be happy, so I'm sad. They should have just let him have the arm print. I understand the novelty of exclusive figures in UCS sets, but also, if you bought the UCS Slave one for the arm print Jango, you're dumb. You should have just bought the arm print Jango. They should have just let him have the arm print here, I think. And then we get Lamasu, who's the only reason I could ever possibly buy this set, but I'm not spending $70, but €80 or whatever it's going to cost for me if I were to buy it. He's the only reason I would want to buy this set, but I won't. But it's good. I like it. Guns can't rotate, which kind of sucks. But other than that, I think the design is good. Here you can see the stand. It even got a little feature to drop the seismic charges, which is neat. It's good. It's the Boba's one with more pieces and more expensive and one more figure. If you want a Jango Slave one but don't want to spend $300, yeah, it's a decent alternative. We'll talk about the price later. Next, another one that I'll go through pretty quick because I don't care about it. The Wicket buildable figure, not a figure, statue. It's pretty good. I like it. I'm not buying it. I haven't bought any of the other buildable characters, but I think it's pretty good. I think the face looks a bit creepy and weird, but it does so in the movie too. So, it's fine. I think it's pretty good. I think it looks really good from the front. I think the back, I don't know if there's a picture of it from the back on LEGO's website. There isn't. I think the back of it, there's the video. The back of it looks a bit plain, from what I saw here. Yeah, the back of it is a bit flat, a bit plain, but other than that, it's fine. Also, the Wicket figure is weird. Why does he have dark gray print on the headpiece? What happened there? Is that a render error, or is that actually how the figure looks? Because it doesn't really make any sense. Because here you can see the piece itself is brown, reddish brown, but the print is dark brown on the ears and the front of the torso. It's weird. It's a fine figure. It's basically the same one we've had since the Ewok Village. Basically, it is not exact same, but basically the same. It's a fine buildable Ewok. For people who like the buildable characters line, I think it's pretty much on par with the rest of them. Yeah, that's fine. I don't care about it, but if you do, yeah, it's decent. Moving on to Battle of Fallujah Separatist MTT. I like this one. I like this one a lot. There's a couple areas, like this whole build here with the stud shooters embedded and the gaps the top of it leaves that I'm not the biggest fan of. That doesn't look the best. But other than that, I really like this build. I think it's really good. There's a nice interior. The rack is not the best. It's definitely, worse than, like, the 2007 one. And I think the 2007 one is overall better. Obviously, it's much larger. And I think the build is maybe a bit better. I don't have it personally. I haven't looked at it in a minute. But, like, this is good. I like this. This is probably my favorite set of the wave. Maybe. It's the one that I want the most. There's a single reason for that, and we'll get to that in just a second. But I think the build is good. But yeah, it's got a decent interior. You can probably, hopefully, fit the stab in there. You can put their blasters in there since they don't fit on the rack. It's good. It's got a... Yeah, here you can see better the interior. It opens all the way from the top and the back and the sides and everything. It's good. And then here's the rack. You can put the rack inside. People were worried. People were worried when this leaked that the rack couldn't be retracted, which is like, come on, people. I know Lego fucks up sometimes, but, like, yeah, they're going to make an MTT that can't retract the rack. Like, let's be serious. But yeah, here you can see the cockpit. It's got a little console, and you can put the pilot in there. But then let's get to the minifigs. You get 6 battle droids. You get the pilot from the carrier. Investors will be sad. Yippee. And then we get 3 commando droids in dark pearl gray. Now, there's been some debate about that color choice as well, because the old ones were dark brown. But I actually looked up what the commando droids look like, and this is more accurate. They're kind of a brownish, grayish kind of color. Like, they definitely weren't dark brown. And I do think the dark pearl gray is a better color. It's more accurate. It's not exactly accurate, but again, when it comes to Lego's color palette, it's the best they have. Then, Isla Secura is good. Isla Secura is fine. People are complaining she doesn't have cleavage, but porn exists, guys. Just go into that instead. And then we have my beloved Bly, who's, again, he's mostly yellow, with dark tan for the stripe on his helmet, which, again, is the best Lego's got. Now, in a perfect world, Lego would have dark yellow in their palette, and they would have used dark yellow, or still have dark yellow in their palette, and they would have used dark yellow for the stripe on his helmet, on his legs, his arms, the stripe on his torso, and the smaller pouches on his belt, or the notches on his belt. Everything else should be yellow, because Bly's armor is just a regular Starker armor, but with extra lighter yellow highlights. With the exception of the top of his helmet, I guess. Now, personally, since they decided to use dark tan instead, all I would change about this figure, other than, again, waist cape, side printing, whatever, physical, is the middle torso stripe. That's the only one that, like, obviously screams that it should be a darker color, even though technically his arms and the pouches should also be darker color. But, again, like I said, the darker spots are the paint job that the regular Stalker units have. Which means technically, these guys should all be dark tan. Yeah, we covered this already. Just let my past self yap. That would look bad. And I think yellow is the correct choice. Like, it would be technically more accurate, since on Bly, the dark tan works for the darker color, but it has the yellow to contrast it. These guys don't, or wouldn't, and they would look weird. I think yellow's the right choice here. I think dark tan is really the best choice they have. I've seen some customs with brown, which I think is way too dark. So I think dark tan is the best. The only thing I'd change, again, is the stripe on the middle of his chest should be dark tan, and the rest of him, I think, would be fine, as is. Also, the chin of his helmet isn't yellow, which that kind of sucks. But, again, it's a problem, but it's not that big a problem. I think overall, he looks good, and I'm happy with that figure. And I'm biased, because Bly is my favorite commander. I'm so glad we finally have an official Lego Bly. I was so excited when this set was rumored, to include Bly, and he's finally here. And I am mostly satisfied. I think that's all I have for this one. Yeah, I like it. Again, it's only got a couple problems, and the biggest one is not to do with the set itself. And we'll get to that soon. Second to last set, Republic Juggernaut. Should this have been a UT-80, since it includes Galactic Marines? Maybe. But it's not. End of that discussion. It's a Juggernaut. How is it? It's good. Some people don't like it because it's tiny, and it is tiny, and that would not be a problem if, for one thing, because what it is really good. This is probably the most accurate looking Juggernaut Lego's made. Sure, it's missing some things. It's missing the lights on the top of the cockpit. It's missing the lights on the sides. It's missing the chain cannons. But a lot of those details are so small on the actual Juggernaut that I understand. I get why they didn't include them, because they would have been very big compared to how small the ship is. The only thing I really don't like about it is the crow's nest deal. Like, that just looks weird. And how open the base is, because it is supposed to be like a giant block. I understand they have to do that because the wheels need to be able to turn, but it still looks really weird and skinny on the front. That's the case for all of them, so it's not exclusively a complaint about this one, but, I wish there was some attempt to cover that up. They probably did try, and it just didn't work because, the wheels need to be able to move, since it has the turning feature. But, overall, I think this set, it looks good. And it has a fantastic interior. I don't remember the interiors on the 2005 version or the 2010 version, but the 2016 version interior was terrible. It had a seat in the back and 2 seats in the front. This one has 5 seats in the middle with spots for their weapons. I think a single pilot seat. Now, we actually haven't seen inside the back. You can put a gunner up here, but I do hope you can also open the back and put somebody sitting inside. That might not be the case, which would be unfortunate. I don't think it's the biggest deal, but I do hope you can put a figure in there as well. I wonder if you can actually see it here. No. Oh, no. No, there's... Oh, yeah, there's a seat in there. Okay, good. You can put a figure in the back as well. That's nice. The only other thing that I'm not the biggest fan of on the tank is this side here. I think that should have been a tile. I think it's a brick, but just put a couple of plates on top of each other and put a tile there. I think that's just a bit too much studded surface there. It just stands out a bit, especially comparing the rest of the side, which is so tiled up. But other than that, I'm a fan of the design. I think the design is really good. What I'm also a fan of is the figures. We get 3 regular battle droids. We get Ki-Adi-Mundi, who's basically the same as the 2018 version, the latest version. He's good. He looks good. Then we have Bakara, who looks fantastic, again, with the exception of the waistcape. And we got the Marines, who also look fantastic, again, with the exclusion of the waistcape. These guys are basically as good as I would have expected them to be. And these guys even have backpacks. So backpacks are back for snowtroopers, maybe? That'd be cool. They've stopped doing them for a while, but it seems that they're back now, which is good. This is the only figure selection... Well, this is the only clone figure selection here that I really don't have any complaints about. I think they all look really good. Really no complaints. I'm happy with these guys. I just wish they came with a UT-AT that wasn't tiny. But overall, I do like the set. And I do plan on getting it. Because it is good for what it is. Except for one thing. Which we'll get to after the next one. Which is the UCS ATST. Which is also good. Again, it's not a set I care about. Because I've never really cared about the oversized vehicles. But it's really good. It's a nice UCS ATST. It looks good. You can rotate the head and the guns, and you can do all the things. No picture of the minifig? The minifig's also nice. It's got, the only problem, no dual mode legs. Should have had dual mode legs. But at least he has arm printing. He has nice arm printing. Some people have been saying it should have come with two scout troopers. Drivers. This is not minifig scale. One is fine. Again, if you buy this set for the minifig, you are silly. You're buying it for the thing, which should apply to basically all except the battle pack here. But yeah, I don't really have much to say about it. It's a good-looking, decently sized ATST. And it's probably the only set of the wave that isn't overpriced, because it is €200 here. I think it's €200 everywhere else in Europe also, and $200. And that's, I think it's $200. And that's fine. This is the only set that I'd say has a decent price. It's 1,513 pieces. Again, price per piece means nothing. I think it's decent size. $200 makes sense. It's the only set that doesn't upset me with its price. Then we have €180, which is 160 on average in Europe, and $160 as well for 813 pieces. It costs $20 more than the ATT and the Coruscant gunship for 200 less parts. Now, yes, it comes with new molds. There's 2 new molds for the Marines. There's a new mold for Bakara. There's potentially a new mold for Monday's headpiece, but that doesn't excuse it being $40 more expensive, €40, or, you know, here everything, in Finland, everything is like $25 to $20 more expensive, depending on the size. They should have been like $120, €120, 130 here, I'd be fine with. It'd still be too much, but comparing to Lego's current pricing, I think that would have been fair. Like 140, no, that would have been like 100. It's a $120 set. It's overpriced. It's stupidly overpriced. Same goes for the MTT, which has 150 more pieces, 976. Yeah, like 150 more pieces. This I could have like 140 would have been like. Again, same thing here. This is 160 in Europe, approximately 160 in Europe. Again, varies by country, and it's $160. Too much. It's too much. It's $20 short of $200 here, which is insane. The ATST has double the pieces of the Juggernaut and is $20 more expensive. Sure, it only comes with a single minifig, and I know that's the reason why this is so expensive. This comes with Galactic Marines and Bakara and Kiadimundi, desirable figures. This comes with Isla Secura and Bly and the Commando droids, desirable figures. That's why Lego is charging, $40 more than they have any right to. This being $120, I would still be saying it's too expensive, but I'd be like, yeah, but it's about in line with all the other expensive sets Lego's been making. $160 for this is absolutely stupid. It is stupid amount of money. And I'm not happy about it. Wicket is $140. Is he? Hold on. Let me actually check that. Okay, Wicket is $130. It's $140 here. So it's €120 then, maybe? I don't know. It's $130. Most of my audience is American, so that's what matters to them. $130 for 1,000 pieces. 1,010 pieces. Yeah, no. 110, I think, would have been fine. And again, still expensive. Lego's expensive. Lego's always expensive. Lego will always be expensive. When I say it would have been fine, I mean it would have been expensive, but it would have been, kind of almost maybe acceptably expensive. If you catch my meaning. This is not egregious, but it's still a lot. Jango Slave 1 is 85 euros here. I think it's $70 US. Maybe. I think it's $70 US. I think 70 euro as well. For 707 pieces. Price per piece, people are like, oh, it's pretty good. No. It's the same size as the Bobas. It has more pieces. It has a lot more just smaller pieces. It's expensive. It's not as offensive as these two, but it's still expensive. It's too expensive. That's the theme. That's the theme of this wave. Really good stuff for a fuck ton of money. A fuck ton too much. Then we have the V19 Torrent Starfighter, which is, I believe, $60? It's 80 euro here. I think it's 60 euro general. I need to check that. I should have checked these before I started recording, but I'm almost 40 minutes into yapping. Oh my god. So I'm not redoing this. At $65, which is $5 less than the Arc 170 for 50 more pieces. Sorry, 70 more pieces. Huh. I mean, again, piece count doesn't mean anything. It's pretty small. They should have been $50. $50. And then we have the Snowspeeder, which is 60 euro. I think this is $50 for 349 pieces. Again, $40 would have been a lot, but generally fine. Is another set that's like too expensive, but it's like almost expectedly too expensive. And then we have this fuck. It's $45. It's 50 euro here. It's 40 euro in Europe on average. The last battle pack, set 75372, was $30. 35 euro. This is $15 and 15 euro more expensive for 40 more pieces. 2 less minifigs. The last one included 2 B1s. What you get is good, but it's a $45, it's a 40 euro, it's a 50 euro battle pack. This set is over double the price of a regular battle pack. And it's fucking $15, 15 euro more expensive than a battle pack that is on shelves. Why? Because it has Star Corps troopers in it. That's why. That's why this set is $15 more expensive than it should be. Because it has these guys. Because it has a desirable clone battalion that hasn't been made for 20 years that people have been wanting, and they know people will still buy this. Because yes, I will buy this. As much as I would like to boycott this, LEGO is really my only hobby. And I can't wait to get my hands on these sets, on the sets that I want. Which is 4 of these. B19, MTT, Juggernaut, and this. They're charging a fuck ton for it because they know we'll fucking give it to them. But if you can wait, wait. Get it on a sale. Don't buy it directly from LEGO. Buy it from somewhere else. I'm not buying this direct from LEGO. I'm expecting it to come to the local retailer here. I'm hoping it's going to be like 40 euro, and I can maybe be happy with that. Because again, I'm expected to pay 50 here. Now, the one thing that for me hasn't changed is this is 180 euros. The ATT and the gunship were also both 180 euros. I've dealt with more expensive LEGO than normal my entire life. So while this is exorbitantly expensive, and the piece count really speaks for that as well. I'm used to it. That's why something like the sail barge, for example, which was $500, €500, didn't faze me because, yeah, I mean, that's probably what I would have paid for it. It's only in recent years where UCS sets are now the same price as everywhere else. Like 5 years ago, this would have been $240. It's not anymore. And that's not a good thing. This is, like, I mean, again, this is the most fairly priced set, and it's still a bit too expensive. I mean, it's a lot of money. I don't know. It's a mostly excellent wave of sets. Like, there's very few genuinely big problems with these sets in and of themselves. And they're all like, I don't know. Almost all of them are like $20 too much. Like 15 to $20. In the worst cases, like 40 bucks too much. They're good, but they're stupidly expensive. So I'm gonna end this here. Again, for my loyal subscribers, I appreciate you sticking with me all this time. I'm sorry there hasn't been any content. I just kind of lost motivation on Lightspeed LEGO Review. We'll see if that series ever returns. Maybe it will return with the new sets. Who knows? There's a bunch of sets I've gotten in the meantime that I've not reviewed. There's some old sets I've still yet to review. We'll see. There's some other video ideas I want to execute on, but I'm not going to promise anything. But hey, you got a video where I just yap, and yeah. That's the video. Like and subscribe, I guess. I don't know why you would. I just said I'm not going to upload for a while, because I'm not back. When I'm back, I'll let you know. That's that. See you next time, whenever that is. Next year, maybe. Who knows? Okay, bye! Vito. Jesus fucking Christ. Can you tell I haven't made a YouTube video for months? But the August 2025 LEGO Star Wars sets were released. But the August 2025 LEGO Star Wars sets were. But the 2025 August LEGO Star Wars sets were released. But the LEGO Star Wars 2025 But the 2025 August LEGO Star Wars wave was revealed this week. But the 2025 LEGO Star Wars August wave was real. But the 2025. But anyway, let's just start over. Vito. Son of a fuck. To drink something. Now there's shit in my throat. That's awesome. Thank you, me. You fucking idiot. Jesus. Oh my God, what the fuck? Alright. Cool, we'll chill.